Lake Street Elementary in East Arlington.
Mm-hmm.
A sunny day. Young children are playing at the playground as part of a summer camp. A work crew is in the parking lot pouring fresh asphalt. Jolene Wormwood, traveling team starter, former captain of the Arlington Angelicas, and current junior summer camp counselor, is supervising a rather spirited game of tag. Something is in the air. A scent, a feeling, a quarter second of prescience catches her attention. Danger. Something is wrong today. She walks from the playground over to the side of the school. There's a tremor underground. She kneels down and puts her hand into the grass. A low growl, a loud crash, and she's thrown backwards.
Oh.
The kids didn't seem to notice, nor did the work crew in the parking lot. Whatever it was happened beneath the school. She takes out her phone and calls the emergency number for the Angelicas. Sunflowers, you're at the Mathers house. Mr. Mathers, now an advisor to Somerville's mayor, Bill O'Donoghue, is hosting a barbecue. You're all there, as are a fine sampling of the movers and shakers in the Somerville political scene, including but not limited to Francine Clock, Sadie Brand, the chocolatier, and Smash Ramsey of the Burger Industrial Complex.
Oh, wow.
There are also however many of your friends that Mindy you invited. The Misters Mathers said, "Go nuts! There's plenty of hot dogs for everybody." So you're having quite the party back here. Yeah. What are y'all doing?
I'm asking people if they want me to put condiments on their hot dogs, but from like 20 feet above them, because it oxygenates them and gives them enhanced flavor. And also it's risky, so it makes them look like they're willing to take a risk to get all ketchup all or barbecue sauce or mustard or relish all over them. So that's how I'm entertaining myself.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm helping out by providing like a security, like the line. I brought like a little like one of those like velvet ropes, and I'm like calling people up one by one. So it's making it more of an event, which is making it more popular.
And as is the case with any kind of line, a line kind of begets a line. So there's, this velvet rope, and there are a couple of people standing in front of it, and you're there, sunglasses on, like holding a list. And all of a sudden, like 5 or 6 people join the line. So Darby, 2d6 plus charm, +1 because Zlobs is helping, just to see which of the movers and shakers you end up getting here.
7.
All right, yeah. So Mr. Mathers is kind of holding court at the grill, so he can't come over, but gives you all an enthusiastic thumbs up. But Mayor O'Donoghue does indeed get in line, and he says something to someone else in line about how it's important to decant your condiments, and proceeds to, Zlobs, you kind of move where actually he stops. Do I have permission to enter the drop zone?
Name?
O'Donoghue. Bill O'Donoghue.
How do you spell that?
Well, we got an O, and then we got an apostrophe, and a D and an L. And I couldn't help but notice there are no names on that list.
Yeah, I'm writing them down.
Oh, I see.
I need to put you on the list so you can be on the list.
Oh, I got you. And he hands you a driver's license and
I asked you to read me off your name
that he has in his pocket because he's the mayor.
Sir, I only have 2 hands. I need you to read your name.
Oh, I understand. And he proceeds to read out his name.
All right, you're on the list. Next.
All right, and he goes out. He's holding a hot dog aloft, So, Darby, let's see how you do. Why don't you give me 2d6 plus sharp to adjust for windage?
Oh, yes. Also, I borrowed one of Zlobs' old bandoliers, and all the condiments are just stuck in it.
Well, there's actually a condiment bandolier that she is using.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
5.
Do you miss completely, or do you soak the mayor in ketchup?
I get over enthusiastic and soak
Bill O'Donoghue's a champ. Okay, he's an absolute champ. Knows how to, as politicians say, press the flesh. He shakes hands. He's unflappable in public. You see, Darby, from your vantage, just a shadow of frustration wash across his face.
Yeah. Oh no.
He then
We summoned his handler, Mortimer. Oh no, not
no.
Mortimer. No.
No.
Yep.
No.
No, I'm staying up here. I'm staying up here.
Let's get Mortimer in here. Lance Mortimer, his kind of his body man, essentially, who's one of those folks that is kind of near a politician, feeding them information about who they're talking to and what's going on. Lance Mortimer walks up and says, Mr. Mayor, you have a phone call you have to take right now. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I'm being called. I wish I could stay forever. And he proceeds to wipe some of the ketchup off his polo shirt with the hot dog, takes a bite, waves, and walks off.
You're a champ.
Mortimer.
Kids, good luck. We're all rooting for you.
Oh yeah, thank you.
And let's hope your aim is better out on the field than it is in this backyard.
Mortimer.
Well, that was quite the showing. I am very busy today.
Yeah.
Trying to be a responsible host to the 5 guests I invited.
And they are?
I called everybody that I found in a small book of phone numbers that I keep in my desk. They are Darby O'Darcy, Zlobs, Morgan Woodstock, Susie Chen, and Unity San Felipe. What are you laughing about?
I'm sorry. Mortimer
Those are the 5 phone numbers I have.
Yeah, no, I was laughing at Mortimer falling as he was leaving.
Give me, Mindy, a 2d6 plus sharp.
Okay.
Was this supposed to be a romp? Because we're not.
I did roll 2 ones. Full disclosure, it's 2 ones. Do the math.
Are we gonna plot?
Noted.
Are we gonna plot this episode where we're supposed to get plot?
Okay. Yeah. I'll let you choose, Mindy. Only one of Susie Chen and Unity San Felipe gets back to you. Who is it?
Unity's probably busy. I think Susie, being a child, probably got back to me more quickly than high-powered businesswoman Unity San Felipe about my family barbecue.
That is fair. Yes. Someone from the San Felipe organization, San Felipe Foundation, rather, did send a rather impressive fruit basket to the barbecue.
Yes,
but,
one of my dads is currently chopping and serving it to everybody.
Yeah, it's a lot of comise pears and
no melon.
A lot of melon, and it's nice. And yeah, so you got Susie, but on the fail, Susie's in a bit of a sour mood.
That's how I spent my time at the party, is trying and failing to cheer Susie Chen up without understanding why she's in a sour mood.
Yeah, Susie's Susie's not giving anything away, which is, Morgan, kind of par for the course. Though historically, Mindy's been able to kind of get through. Actually, Morgan, yeah, you're working on the Susie issue. Mindy, are you making the rounds, or are you also hanging out with Morgan and Susie?
I'm also hanging out with Morgan and Susie right now. Susie, I'm trying to host Susie, and she's not making it easy.
Yeah. A lot of kind of closed responses. She brought her own lunch. And so she's sitting there like eating, like a whole wheat peanut butter sandwich, no jelly, cut into quarters.
Yeah, peanut butter's great, huh? I learned a new yo-yo trick. I didn't bring my yo-yo, but I did learn one. I like the jeans that you're wearing. Hot day, huh? For this month.
Morgan.
2d6 plus charm, Morgan.
I imagine Morgan is sweating.
Give her a -1 for that.
Oh my god! What harsh, harsh. Okay, Miss rolls a 2.
Well,
I'm glad Unity wasn't here to see that. Wow.
All right.
She's a force of personality. How dare you, Mindy?
So you kind of crack this one, Morgan. Susie's not mad at any of you, nor is she mad at Mindy. She's preoccupied with something. Your guess, given how closed off she is probably family.
Chen, if there's anything you need to talk about, I'm here. I have family issues too.
Does anybody need to talk about anything?
Sometimes. If it sits in your head and bounces around, it can cause more damage than when it comes out. You have an ear that understands your issues. It's helpful to let off steam.
You've never had to be a role model for anyone.
Ooh.
Look, Susie, Morgan's a role model to me. And she's a role model to a lot of people on our team, probably. So I'm not sure why you're in a bad mood today, but you're not being a very good party guest. We have a lot of good food here, and if you'd like some, I'd love to bring you some because I'm being a good host.
2d6 plus charm, Mindy, +1 for reasons you don't know.
Okay, 8.
Why don't you just upgrade it?
I'll take a hot dog. No ketchup or mustard. I've seen how that gets distributed around here.
Very fair. I'll get Susie Chen a hot dog. And while I'm getting the hot dog, I might double task and do a little mind reading to see what's going on.
Sure. With Susie or just people at the party?
With Susie.
2d6 plus weird.
It's bad. 5.
Ooh.
No information or bad information?
If I get no information, does Susie know that I tried to read her mind?
No. You kind of see a wall and you stop before you take a sledgehammer to it.
Oh, that's a really tough choice. I'll take no information. I've made some headway with the hot dog. I'm just going to move on.
Got it. Yeah, Morgan. Susie is not one for apologies, but she does kind of pause and say, "Yes, you're a role model to many." That was that's not what this is about.
Yeah, I think I understand, or I think I know what you're getting at. Rather, I don't understand.
And then your phone rings, Morgan.
You got Morgan.
Morgan Woodstock, this is Jolene Wormwood. I'm calling because we are both on the traveling team and because we have had several adventures.
I know who you are, Jolene.
Terrific. And I also know you, which is why I called. Is Mindy around and perhaps Darby and Zlobs? I tried both of their cell phones, but they didn't answer. And also Mindy does not have a cell phone, which I am aware of. Mm-hmm. So I am calling you on the hopes that everyone else is around. You hear an explosion and screaming in the background of her call.
I want to know why you chose me last.
Oh, wow. Oof. Ooh. Ow. Oh.
Do you want the truth now, or can I tell you later because this call is time sensitive?
Oh, all right, fine. I'll ask after the mission. Where should I meet you?
Lake Street Elementary, please. East Arlington, as fast as you can get here.
All right. Sorry, we're in the middle of a thing, but I'll see if we can get out of it.
I understand. Sorry to be a bother. And then you just hear a voice behind her scream, "Suppressing fire!" and just the sound of a machine gun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll be right there.
Darby, higher. Go higher. Go higher. All right, I can get it. I can get it. Okay.
Zlobs.
Okay, open wide. Open wide.
Oh,
What? We're gonna
drop it. Higher.
Okay. Okay. Zlobs.
Yeah.
Okay, it's coming. It's coming.
I'm ready.
This is like 30 feet higher than. Okay, here it comes. Almost there. Almost there. There it is.
We have a mission. We have a mission. Yes, exactly.
Oh, hey, I missed a call from Jolene.
Mathers.
Yes.
I called Jolene back.
Mathers, we have a mission.
She picks up the phone. This is Jolene Wormwood.
Hey, Jolene, this is Severus Zlob, aka Zlobs. I just see that you missed my call. How are you doing?
Oh, ups and downs. I knew it was you, by the way, because I have you in as both your full name and your nickname.
Oh, that's good.
Hold on, please. And you hear the sound of that is a concussion grenade going off.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a Model 4.
Yes, there's someone here I would like you to meet.
Okay.
Okay, see you soon. I assume you're traveling with Morgan. Thank you so much in advance. And she hangs up.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
Darcy, she also called you.
Do you want me to call her back?
Yeah, probably.
I think so.
Okay, I'll call Jolene.
Morgan, why did you say that?
Because she called me last.
The phone stops ringing, and you just hear, "Get them to evac point B. Evac point B."
Jolene?
Hi, Darby. This is Jolene.
Hi, you called. Morgan said I should call you back.
That would be fine. You wouldn't happen to be already en route here, would you?
We are now. I pick up Zlobs and start flying.
Whoa.
Terrific.
Wait, where are we going?
Darby, you're flying Zlobs?
Oh, I was gonna just drop him. I'm gonna drop him. Drop him on the screen.
So yeah, you fly to the front of the house, drop him off, and then fly back.
Let's get to Listerine Mathers. I'm really sorry
Alrighty.
about your party.
That's all right. My dads look like they're having a good time. Susie, I hope you enjoy the party. Feel free to stay as long as you like.
Wait. Do you want to come, Susie?
Yeah, I think I hear explosions. It's probably fun.
Yeah, some people look up to you, you know.
I'll buy you.
I
Scoop
think
and
I'll stay here.
I was going to buy you Scoop and Scootery.
I'm going to come with you.
Yes, that's correct.
And she proceeds to hop into Listerine as well.
We all hop in.
And you take off for Lake Street.
Oh, that's just right down Mass Ave.
Yep, barrel down Mass Ave, make the left, and all of a sudden you're on Lake Street. Okay, so let's deal with all of this. You are, as you're approaching Lake Street, driving with the windows down, you hear what is clearly the sound of pitched battle. A lot of screaming, a lot of movement, a mix of the screams of people that are in pain and the screams of people that are just really scared. You park, you kind of round off of Mass Ave and start driving towards the school, and you see it out the driver's side window. There is a fight going on in the playground. So this big open field in between a parking lot and a school. And it looks to be about half of the Arlington Angelicas trying to fight off some number of kind of large, stony, black-looking creatures.
All right. Well, I hit one.
With the car?
Of course.
All right. Let's roll to kick some butt. 2d6 plus tough, please.
Oh, 5. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Ah!
Uh-oh.
All right. So yeah, you Zlobs, you cut across the grass and start driving through kind of the battle line of Angelicas. They're kind of in a half circle. It's almost like a Civil War battle. Like you have kind of one line of Angelicas and one line of these things facing off at each other. They're like hurling stuff at each other. And you kind of drive through the battle line and attempt to smash into one of them.
Mm-hmm.
As you are cutting across, a couple of these things, these kind of big black stony things, kind of merge together into like a multi-legged big black thing. And as you slam into it, it more or less mushes itself into the hood of your truck.
Oof.
So instead of like hitting a solid object and that solid object like cracking in half, you kind of hit it and it mushes around the front of the car and then proceeds to start worming its way into the engine block.
Nope, out of the car, out of the car, out of the truck, out of the truck.
Oh.
Yeah, you all kind of tumble out of the car.
As a team.
The front, within 5 or 6 seconds, the front axle of Listerine is torn off.
Ooh.
And the engine drops out of it.
Ooh.
So Listerine is functionally destroyed.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's kind of now pitched as debris in the middle of the field.
No.
Yeah. One of you, not Zlobs, because Zlobs just went 2d6 to read a bad 2d6 plus sharp to read a bad situation.
I'll do it.
All right, Morgan, 2d6 plus sharp.
That is a 9.
All right, you can ask one question from the read a bad situation list.
How can I best protect people?
Okay, so here's kind of what you see is you've got this big cluster of these beasts, monsters. You've got the Arlington Angelicas kind of in front of them, and then behind them is behind them is a cluster of like 6 and 7 year old camp participants and about half a dozen Arlington City workers. The Arlington City workers have kind of gathered the kids up like behind one of their work trucks, but it looks like the work truck had been ripped in half, so they're kind of holding them behind the debris of a former work truck. The best way to protect them would be to kind of keep these monsters in front of you. So essentially engaging them directly is the move.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, we got to engage them directly. We don't want them to skew off and attack some collateral damage.
Got it. Do they have a mind?
2d6 plus weird.
Oh my gosh. Unbelievable what we've got going on here. I'm going to upgrade that to a 7.
Upgrade?
The short answer is no. The long answer is you think they're being controlled by something nearby. And that thing has a mind.
Okay. I'm going to try and see if I can tune into whatever is controlling them.
Sure. 2d6 plus weird. I'm going to give you a -1 on it because it is a very non-mortal mind.
10.
Well, I'll be damned. 3 questions.
Okay. 3 questions. Where is the creature right now?
The creature is in the boiler room, or technically down a trapdoor under the boiler room of this school.
Got it. What is it planning to do right now?
It is planning to fully absorb all of the asphalt in the parking lot and then move out to the street.
Ah, okay. And who does it regard as the biggest threat?
At this point, you.
Oh, it knows about me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Friends, who would like to go with me to the boiler room of the elementary school?
Do you need collateral damage and explosives and a lot of tactical assertions?
I actually think I might need more sort of finesse.
All right. Don't look at me.
Probably.
Guess it's going to be me or Susie Chen.
Susie Chen has acquired from somewhere a machete, and she's kind of dueling one of these things, and she looks back. Finesse, yeah, I got that. Where are we going?
The boiler room of the elementary school.
Boiler room, got it. I'll follow you.
It might be dangerous. Are you prepared?
Mathers.
Susie Chen smiles.
Okay.
Lead the way, Mathers.
Away we go.
All right. So, Mindy and Susie, you two are heading off towards the boiler room. The bad let hand. Here's a little bit more of a situation report. There are more of these things than there are Angelicas here. And the Angelicas are trying to do their best to contain/destroy as many as they can, which leaves another like half a dozen for the rest of you above ground. So let's keep that in mind. Darby, I think you haven't gone yet. What do you want to do?
Oh yeah. There's a seesaw pretty close, so I run over, sword drawn on one side, and yell over, Zlobs, jump on the other side.
I jump.
So that then I get launched, sword in front of me like a missile at the closest one.
All right, let's roll to kick some butt. I will give you a +1 because that is freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm. We call it the maneuver. It's something that we practice all the time and that we're really good at. And we're such a tight team. And we're too much? Oh, that's...
Despite having +3 on that, it's a 6.
Yeah, so Darby gets into the trebuchet maneuver. Zlobs, you leap on the other side. Darby arcs through the sky. And as Darby, as you're kind of like arcing through the air, an entire wall of the elementary school kind of peels off the building and starts whipping itself up into a tornado.
Oh no!
Which proceeds to slam into you. You take 2 harm. Everyone else takes 1.
Okay.
Bink.
And my armor is engaged, so
Yeah.
it's really only 1. It's not bad.
Yeah, so you kind of fly into a very sudden whirlwind and are kind of tossed out after being smashed with bricks. Zlobs, Morgan, Mindy, you all take 1, ablated, of course, by armor.
I'm fine.
I
don't think Mather takes 1. She's in the boiler room, right?
Oh, not yet.
not yet.
Okay.
Nope, Mindy's running across open field. So,
Okay.
yeah.
We practiced so much.
I did my thing fine.
Game Master, this was just impact?
Yeah.
No blood?
No blood.
Cool.
Yep.
No, what?
Okay.
Walking along.
Top of the order. Zlobs, you.
Yeah, I gotta take a tactical assessment. The thing was that what really threw us off was that there was a brick tornado from a side of a school. We didn't plan for that, and that,
No. That changes the
I was
calculus.
like, how do you plan for that? So we had to engage some improv tactics.
All right. 2d6 plus sharp. 2d6 plus cool.
Yeah, I know. 11.
All right. You can ask three additional questions from Read a Bad Situation, or 1 question of any kind.
Any kind?
Any kind at all.
What does upgrade mean?
That has nothing to do with that.
Okay, fine. I know.
Out of here.
But if you want to use that, I can give you some information instead of something on the battle.
All right. I'll play by the rules.
No. I could tell you something.
Yeah, upgrade. Let's do it.
Okay. Mindy has seemed in this battle a lot more decisive and analytical.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much like Mindy's doing all of her psychic stuff, but there's just like a vibe to her. Like she's very on point today.
This is drawing like all of my focus.
Yeah, like the fact that you can read people so well, it's like Mindy's operating at a different level today. Maybe longer than today. You don't know. But she's very, very focused and zoomed in.
Is that everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Was that all three of my questions?
That was it. Because you asked one of any. Well, you asked what is upgrade. The short answer is upgrade's probably the right term. Mindy's much more tactically inclined than you have noticed her being for the last couple of months, years, something like that. Darby, you're up. No, Morgan's next. Sorry. Morgan, what do you want to do?
So you know how like there's a bunch under that power line?
I do.
I'm going to take down the power line and hope that the cables wrap around the existing creatures.
That works out well. I'm going to say that is combat magic, 2d6 plus weird.
Good. That is a 12.
Oh.
Well, I will be darned. So that's going to essentially be kick some butt with a 12 plus. You can deal double damage or take no damage. Hold on. You deal double damage, you take no damage, all sunflowers gain +1 on their next roll, or the target flees.
The target flees sounds pretty bad.
Yeah.
Good for us, bad for Arlington.
Yeah. I think all the sunflowers gain +1. I don't think the cables are going to do too much damage, but they'll probably get tangled up.
Yeah, so that's exactly what works. Is you send a surge of electricity up the grounding pole into the wires. They start snapping and exploding, come down in a big pile with a little bit of residual charge. So these things are kind of trapped in place for a second, which will allow everyone a little bit more freedom of movement. Darby, you're up.
How close is the nearest creature after?
Close as you want it to be.
Okay. It's right there. So I'm just gonna take my sword and just jam it down into its foot-like thing to banish it.
Yeah. That
to the
is
point.
probably fair. Do you want to do damage to it, or do you want to try to cast out evil?
I want to cast out evil.
All right, 2d6 plus tough plus 1.
That would be a 15.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you got it. All right, there were 6 of them. There are now 5 of them. Yeah, describe what this looks like.
Oh, so I'm covered in bricks and just kind of like get myself up out of them and look up and realize there's one just above me. And so I just pull out my sword and just before it comes swiping down to take me out, I just jam it into the like rock like substance and it just screams and then it just disappears.
Yeah, it kind of bursts apart into smoke. And the smell is of asphalt.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, now that you're close enough to be engaging in melee, yeah, you're starting to get a picture of the situation. The fresh asphalt from the parking lot has apparently come alive, taken on humanoid form, and is attacking things.
Mm-hmm. While it is disappearing, I try to just send a thought with it of like an image of like a beautiful asphalt world where it will be happy.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
A Walmart.
That's all I can conjure.
Yeah.
It's a parking lot.
Mindy, you and Susie need to make it essentially across a battlefield to enter the building. And you could enter either through a window or through now the big hole in the side of the building. But either way, I need you to roll. Well, how do you want to get across the battlefield? Do you want to just kind of bull rush it? Do you want to do something with crazy psychic energy? You want to...
I was thinking run.
Run plays.
Just watch out.
Run and watch out. I'm going to say that is act under pressure. So give me 2d6 plus cool, please. Plus 1 because Susie's with you.
Makes sense.
Plus 1 because of the cables, right?
And plus 1 because the cables.
Okay.
Yep.
12.
Yep.
Wow.
So you and Susie take off for a kind of a window that looks unlocked, and you start running. And all of a sudden you are yanked in one direction, and you're kind of laser focused on the window. But no, Susie has kind of yanked you, and you now like cut across towards the open hole in the wall. Just as a giant chunk of masonry hurled by one of these asphalt things smashes into the ground right where you were.
Thanks.
And then, yeah, Susie holds on to like kind of your arm for another second and then kind of lets go, and the two of you are like taken off like a shot. You are now in the building. Next step is you have to find the boiler room, but that's next turn. Back to the top of the lineup. Zlobs, what do you want to do?
Hey, there's a bunch of like civilians around. I'm going to have them go to safety because I leave no one behind.
Yeah, okay. That sounds pretty good. 2d6 plus sharp.
Oh my god, 4. Well, actually, Morgan, quick, can I have that plus 1? Here, give me that plus 1.
Here you go.
Thank you. Okay, does this help?
No, you're now at a 5.
Ah.
Zlobs, you start taking off towards the civilians, and one of these asphalt men just kind of follows you.
Uh-oh.
And they move a little bit faster than you think they would. And Zlobs, as you're kind of like taking off, one of these things kind of grabs you and slams you to the ground.
Ow.
You take 3 harm.
Oof. Do I take any grip?
0 grip.
Because they are pretty sticky.
Yeah.
Bituminous asphalt.
You take 1 grip.
Ah, okay. I'm at 1 harm and 1 grip.
Mm-hmm. Now there's one of these things tussling with you. Morgan, you're next.
I'm going to see Zlobs tussling with one of those asphalty guys. And I'm going to go ahead and try and kick it off and grab one of Zlobs' grenades and hand it to it as it falls backwards.
All right. Kick some butt with one of Zlobs' grenades. 2d6 plus tough, please.
Okay. That is plus tough. That's -1. Great. It's going to be a 4.
Yeah. All right. Now you be good to Auntie Morgan.
Yep. So Morgan, you kind of you charge in, you grab a grenade from Zlobs, and kind of interpose between this thing and him. You start kind of moving. It's not really a tussle because this thing probably weighs 6 times as much as you do. And so you're just thinking, like, I'm just going to tackle it. No. I'm just going to stuff a grenade into one. No. Oh, no. And now you're holding a live grenade. So you just kind of like throw it up in the air.
Uh-oh.
It explodes. This thing.
Oh, that's a shrapnel one.
Yeah, so it kind of sprays shrapnel across the.
Ow! Ow!
It peppers Zlobs a little bit. It peppers the back of this asphalt thing, and then this asphalt thing more or less just punches you into the ground like it's hammering a stake in. So you also take 3 harm.
Oh, I'm unstable.
Already?
Ooh, that got hit by a cannon. Darby, you're up. Currently 5 of these things.
Okay, so I also saw one of them following Zlobs, so I know that they can be they'll chase. They can be baited. So I see one of those those dome climbing playground contraptions. I start screaming at them, waving to get them to follow me, and I run into it so that I'm essentially I am under it, and it's like a cage, trying to get them to all sort of coalesce above me, so that I can either banish them or hopefully yell at Zlobs to send a grenade in here. I want to get all of them basically surrounding it, but they can't.
Yeah, I'm going to say that is an act under pressure roll with the express purpose of setting up either your next action or Zlobs. Mm-hmm. So 2d6 plus cool. Tell me what you get.
A 9.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
So you do. What is the consequence? The consequence is going to be an injury, but not to you. It will either be to Thistles or Jolene Wormwood. Ooh. Thistles, the current captain of the Arlington Angelica.
Oh, sorry, Thistles.
Yep. So you take off like a shot, and wings out, giving you some lift, and you kind of slide under the big domed climbing sphere and start yelling and screaming, banging your sword against it. And sure enough, the 5 of them that, including the one on Zlobs and Morgan, just start kind of gravitating towards you. All of this has been going on for a little while, and because you're all still outnumbered, the battle is not going in the way of the Angelicas. Thistles, so Jolene Wormwood is not the captain, so she's not giving commands. She's just a well-invested civilian. But Thistles is the one that's kind of giving orders. And Thistles is doing their absolute damnedest as a spellcaster to summon things to everyone's aid. So Thistles is kind of like pulling open little tears in reality, and like a little like impish demon will fly through, or she'll like kind of like squeeze her hands together and like toss it out, and like a bunch of birds will like fly out and start dive bombing. And like that is causing an effect, but it's not really enough to harm these things. And eventually one of these big asphalt things just kind of grabs a hunk of earth out of the ground and hurls it about 20 feet, and it smashes Thistles, and she's unconscious.
Oh, poor Thistles.
Hits the ground in a heap.
One point of trivia about Thistles was temporarily a sunflower. She was.
That's right. Yeah, there was
swapped with Zlobs for an Angelica Sunflowers game.
Yes, indeed. So Thistles, technically a Sunflowers alum, is now unconscious. All right. Back to Mindy. Mindy, you and Susie are making your way through an unknown school. Your goal is to find the boiler room. How do you want to do it?
I'm looking for a map on the wall for fire emergencies.
Makes sense. 2d6 plus sharp.
7.
Okay. Partial success. You find it, but you have to get through a very, very sturdy door. How do you want to do it?
Through the sturdy door?
Mm-hmm.
How do I want to get through the sturdy door? Kick it down.
2d6 plus tough.
It sounds like an upgrade thing to do.
9.
Plus 1 from Susie Chen.
Makes sense.
So you with if Zlobs was here, he'd be very proud, because this isn't just like you slam your body weight into the door. You kind of plant, you explode from your back foot, you deliver a heel just to the right of the doorknob, and this thing like bends in and buckles. You hear something snap, and then you and Susie kind of look at each other, and then you both kick, and the thing flies apart. And you run up into the boiler room, and sure enough, behind the row of boilers, there is a trap door that is encrusted with cobwebs. You throw it open and descend towards the pulsing sound of the Earth's heartbeat. Zlobs, you're up.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
So hold on. Let me see if I have a feel of the situation here. Mindy's inside. Darby just let a whole bunch of things into like a little cage.
Yeah, they're all kind of at this cage. Darby's in the middle of it, and they're kind of trying to punch through it.
Okay, and I know this scenario. This is the round and pop where I go in and I cause a lot of damage. Morgan, can you help me out?
Yeah. Yep, I'm here.
Can you incapacitate or like really like cause the one that's in front of us, like the one that's right here, to be a little passive or impair it, please?
I'm so sorry. Can you repeat that last bit?
Yeah. I need you to like pacify the thing in front of us, the monster in front of us that's right in front of us. I need this I need this for the round and pop.
Right. Can I tell what they're using for perception?
That's a good question. It looks like a generally squarish humanoid shape with no perceptible eyes, ears, nose, mouth. It senses where you all are. You just don't know how.
Okay. I'm gonna try and like confuse it with a lot of electrical energy around it.
Yeah, that sounds like you are using magic to temporarily trap a person or monster. I will allow that. 2d6 plus weird, please.
Okay. That 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right. So this is going to be kind of a very short-lived thing, but you kind of launch electrical firecrackers at it, and it's kind of exploding around its head-like thing and chest-like chunk. This is going to be very, very short-lived. So, Zlobs, you have one shot at this before the creatures that Darby brought around the cage disperse. You will have +1 to this roll from Darby and +1 to this roll from Morgan.
Thank you. And thank you. Fantastic. Well, with this move, John, I would like to put all of my grenades into the front of this thing and then jump on the back of it and like move it forward like a puppet while on the back of it into the crowd of other ones for a giant explosion.
I'm going to give you an extra +1.
Thank you.
2d6 plus tough, please.
Mm-hmm.
Kick some butt.
12.
Yeah, obviously.
Don't say obviously. Our dice.
Yeah, nothing is obvious this time. All right, you deal double damage. You take no damage. All sunflowers gain +1 on their next roll.
Oh, double damage. Oh,
double damage. This
is all my grenades. I'm letting loose.
Yeah. So this is you're going to do for your grenades. Normally, your grenades, a bunch of grenades is 4 harm. You're going to double that to 8 harm.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to take 3 harm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you marionette this grenade-packed thing, and it's all the different kinds of grenades too. So they're all beeping, and you kind of parade it up to the other cluster of them that are gathered around Darby. And yeah, kind of slam them into the others. And yeah, 8 damage, I'll round up to 9, which will be enough to wipe out 3 of them.
Boom.
So yeah, big giant explosion. They're blown apart into chunks. There are a couple of them left now. Darby, you can no longer hide under the metal cage. That metal cage is destroyed. One of those was a thermite grenade, so it's just like slowly melting a hole down. So you get out of there. You're able to kind of reorient yourself. And yeah, now there's only 2 of them.
Do I take any grip?
You take 1 grip. Okay. So, okay. Yeah, Morgan, you helped Zlobs, but you still get to go.
Okay.
2 left. What do you want to do?
So I see that like sort of worked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sort of.
My technique to to confuse one of the monsters. So I'm going to try and do that for the other 2.
Got it. You can try to do both at once. I'll give you a -1 because that's 2 targets. But yeah, temporarily trap a person or monster. 2d6 plus weird -1.
That is a 10. 6,
All
3, 9,
right.
plus 2 -1, yeah.
So, with that, you approach, and just another like scattering of kind of explosive electrics. And yeah, these 2 are kind of like twisting and trying to orient themselves. You're starting to get a sense now that you're interrupting some kind of energy field around them. And that's why this is working. What that means is that Mindy's going to get kind of a free action now before anything else happens. So, Mindy, you and Susie have thrown open the trapdoor and are heading down into this kind of sub-basement area, down an old wooden folding ladder, like the kind you would get up into an old attic, only you're going down.
I know the type.
This room is just like thick with like peaty, earthy smells and energy. It's almost like the air is thick and like copper tinged. It is completely dark down here. Susie, does Susie have give me 2d6 plus sharp to see if one of you has something to light up the room.
11.
All right. Yeah, Susie like pulls a road flare out from like a side cargo pocket. And yeah, now the room is lit up with a road flare, and what you see down here is more unnerving than it is terrifying. This is an old storage room. And by old, I mean old, like older than the school. This school, like many of the schools in this area, were built in like the 60s and 70s. So like kind of typical like brick, one-story, L-shaped grammar school. But this looks like it was built above an older building. And this was its root cellar. Down here is a mixture of very old things. Old things that look like... If Nana Mathers was alive in the 1800s, this is the kind of stuff she would use. Like weird old scales, jars of chalk that has gone gray with age, stacks of old, like really old, like rotted books, and a jar on the floor, broken in half. Above the jar is this bulbous, grayish red, squat thing with big, thick little legs and big, thick little arms. And this weird, domey head. And the arms and the head are halfway pressed into the dirt, because the walls and floor of this place is all dirt. That's an earth elemental.
Oh.
Makes sense. I'm gonna mental message Susie and say, don't attack it yet.
Understood. She says back in her own mind to you in a voice a lot kinder than she was like an hour ago at your house.
Okay.
And this is kind of your second turn now, which you get for free before anyone else gets damaged up top.
Right. Okay. I will I'll try and speak to it like a reasonable earth elemental.
Sure. Okay. You can use telepathy to do this.
Right.
So essentially you can do this kind of a few different ways. You can just kind of talk to it and we could figure out what you want to do later. Or this is to manipulate it, or this is to investigate a mystery or read a bad situation. So kind of what do you want to use the 2d6 plus weird for? Investigate a mystery, read a bad situation, manipulate someone, or just have a chat?
I'm trying to manipulate it into being on our side.
All right. 2d6 plus weird, please.
8.
So you kind of reach out, and getting into its mind is exhausting. Not because it's terribly complicated or because it's brilliant. Like, you have read the minds of sorcerers. You've read the minds of like really brilliant people. You've read the minds of people actively fighting against your psychic incursion. And all of those are hard in their own ways. This is hard in a completely different way. This is hard because you are talking to something with no set of ethics or morals and a sentience that is older than a lot of concepts like writing and time. So you're dealing with something that is incredibly primal. Like, everything is like squares made of colors instead of these like nuanced thoughts. You're eventually able, and what seems to you to be like hours is really only seconds, but you're able to eventually wade through all of this and create kind of a shared language. And you hear in this like grumbly, old, not in any rush kind of voice, "I know you are here.
Please stop the attacks.
What am I attacking?"
My friends.
I am hungry. I am taking the rich dirt. Anything that stops that will be destroyed.
What if I help? There is not much for you here. I can take you somewhere else.
If you do so now, I will hold my hunger.
I will do so now.
Okay. Mindy, where do you want to take the Earth Elemental?
Oh, maybe the Blue Hills?
Sure. The reason why I ask is because it does not, like, where you're taking it doesn't matter so much as how far in your mind you think it is. And yeah, the Blue Hills from where you are is a ways away. And you just kind of say, like, give me an hour. And the concept of an hour is foreign to it, but it's like, you will be there soon. So here's the story. Above ground, all of these asphalt things just kind of stop and start slowly walking back towards the building. The whirlwind of bricks, which has been wreaking havoc amongst the Angelica's lines, disperses, and it just rains bricks for 5 horrifying seconds.
Oh.
And yeah, there's
What a
now a
noise.
ceasefire. So, Mindy, you have the equivalent of 1 hour to transport an Earth Elemental to the Blue Hills south of Boston.
Or to figure out something else to do with it.
Yes, something equivalent to that, because essentially what you shared with it was like the idea of what the Blue Hills is, that general size. You said, I promise you an amount of land of this general size, and I can deliver it to you in this general amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Now,
either to the Blue Hills or something as big as the Blue Hills in an hour or less.
looking on the floor of this sub-basement, it looks like this thing was contained in some kind of jar.
Yep.
I'm assuming this was not your everyday run-of-the-mill jar.
No, this thing was like a glass jar dipped in some kind of clay and stoppered with a big, weird-looking cork that's all carved up. Yeah, this thing looks like someone used old magic to create a kind of a temporary prison for this thing.
Can I
And
take the
it's just-
pieces with me?
Yeah.
Okay, when I get back outside, I'll say to, is the earth elemental just simply following us? Do I have to?
It as you leave, you're like, okay, well, I guess I'll go then. And you leave and you get up to like the first floor and start walking out, and the earth elemental's just there. And these like 2 or 3, there are like 4 or 5, I guess, like asphalt things, and they all start amalgamating around it. Now this thing is this like big, wide, kind of gelatinous balloon of asphalt with like stubby little hands and like stubby little legs.
Okay.
It probably weighs several tons, and it's sitting in a destroyed classroom.
Follow along. When I get outside to everybody, I will say, okay, everybody, this is the guy, and we're going to take him to Blue Hills.
All the way to Blue Hills in South Boston. It's so far away.
And then I'm gonna mental message everybody, not the earth elemental, and say, or if we can find a way to get him back in a jar like this one, or fix this one, it seems we can contain it that way.
Oh, it's like mental messaging matters. Sorry, 1 second. I'm pretty sure, like, I know like the type of magic that was used to stop up that jar. Like, it's old technology.
Yeah, Morgan, it's the equivalent of like, you know how to build your own computer, and this thing is like an old punch card machine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah. If you want to rebuild the jar, I would let you do that as... Yeah, I would let you do that as just a kind of straight ahead weird roll. No ritual.
But I won't do it because you promised him we'd get him to the Blue Hills.
Mm.
Yeah, I think we should get him there. We've trapped enough beings. Can you fly with me?
I don't know. I can ask him.
More just earth, not so much air.
You all really want to take him all the way to Blue Hills and
Yeah, we'll just take my
Just-
car.
let him go?
Oh.
I pat Zlobs on the back.
Sorry
Now
about
you're
your
gonna
car,
kill
Zlobs.
me. There's a line item for this.
Okay. I'll talk to the earth elemental and say, can my friend fly you? Can you be lifted? Will you allow yourself to be carried? How much do you weigh?
The concept of weight is lost on him.
Yeah, that one was a shot in the dark.
Several tons, you think? I don't know. If it sheds all the other asphalt, if it was the size of the thing in the basement, it'd probably be about as heavy as an anvil.
Oh, okay.
It's like a few hundred pounds.
I thought we had to like roll it like a person on a ball who's like rolling down the highway. Like that's easy.
Yeah,
Darby,
we can
Can you carry a few 100 pounds?
I can certainly try. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes.
What if you just put it in your bag?
Oh, I could put it in my bag, or I could hook it up to my condiment bandolier
Oh.
somehow.
It is a tactical condiment bandolier.
My tactical.
Just so you know, flying the equivalent of an anvil 20 miles through the sky is going to be a 2d6 plus tough minus 3.
I
can ask for a favor.
Oh,
You get a helicopter in.
Does anyone know how to hotwire a car?
You have to return it.
I know the rules.
Right.
They don't know how to wire a car. Mindy, have you Mindy? Yeah,
Sorry,
I
I
can.
forgot.
Zlobs could probably hotwire the elemental.
Can I?
No.
Oh, no, I can't.
Zlobs, give me a 2d6 plus sharp.
Yeah, sure. 8.
You're trying to find a car that is big enough to haul like this thing. And yeah, there is a pickup truck, and on the back of it is an asphalt mixer.
Oh, yeah.
And you're pretty sure you can stuff it into the asphalt mixer and then just hotwire the truck.
That's a fun option.
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds great.
Okay. So it comes down to kind of moving / angling this thing in.
Let's move it as a team.
Do it as a team. Yeah, so this thing, you have to do, Mindy, like a lot of convincing, like, leave behind the asphalt, trust us, we're going to put you in a big scary metal thing, and it doesn't know what metal is.
Well, there's also asphalt in there too.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. It's like, here, have some num-nums.
Give me two, each of you, because this is a 4-person job. Each of you give me 2d6.
Plus.
Just 2d6.
Ooh, okay.
6.
Oh. 11.
12.
I get 11 the bad way.
Oh.
1.
Okay.
Uh,
So, Darby, Morgan, you're on kind of crowd control and moving this thing. Mindy and Zlobs, you're the ones that have to actually kind of like physically move it up into the asphalt, into the asphalt mixer. This thing is a mix of powder fine dirt and small rocks and, you know, old like desiccated roots, and it's just this like thick, peaty, earthy, sharp, jagged, bulbous thing. It is it's like a vulgar thing. And you pick it up, and Zlobs and Mindy, you both are covered in like mud and dirt.
ooh, do we
And-
take any grip?
Zlobs, you take 2 grip, and Mindy, you slice your hands and arms open pretty bad.
Oh, I run into the school.
Yep. Mindy bails. Mindy sprints off into the school.
Bye.
Zlobs, you end up eventually getting this thing stuffed into the asphalt mixer.
I'm
But
also unstable with grip.
You are now unstable.
With grip.
Too grippy. Without Mindy here, this thing starts banging and pinging within within the asphalt mixer.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. Why did Mindy run? This is bad. This is dangerous.
Where did you go?
That is really weird.
Yeah.
Mathers don't normally just run away.
Mhm.
Mathers. I'm gonna run after Mathers.
Yep. Mindy, does Morgan find you?
I just go into a bathroom stall. So she finds the bathroom I'm in, but I'm in a stall.
Yep.
Mathers, are you okay?
Well, no. No. I'm bleeding pretty badly.
I have a Band-Aid right here.
I think I might need more than a Band-Aid.
Oh. Do you need me to call Nana?
No, don't call Nana. Just, I left my backpack by the cement truck.
I shove the backpack under the stall. I know.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get into the stall next to Mathers.
Oh.
Just a second. Can I bandage up my arms well enough?
2d6 plus sharp.
$12.
Yeah. Nice and
It's-
tight.
Totally covered.
Totally.
Okay.
Mathers,
I'll come out of the stall and wash my hands.
Mathers,
Yeah?
I don't know what's happening lately with you, but again, like I told Susie Chen, there's no better people to talk to about it than us if you need to let off steam or, vent.
That's really sweet, Morgan. But everything's fine. I just, just wanted to wash my hands.
Can we just acknowledge that something is odd and weird and strange and that you can't talk about it right now, but that's okay? Can you just
Morgan-
be honest with me for once, Mathers?
Morgan, I'm always honest with you. You're one of my best friends. Nothing weird or strange is going on, and I would tell you if it was. I tell you all everything.
Okay, fine. And as I'm leaving,
Morgan,
Mathers,
you trust me, right?
I'm going to close the door.
Ooh.
I follow Morgan.
The drive to the Blue Hills in a pickup truck with a slowly turning asphalt mixer full of ancient earth elemental is as talkative or silent as you all would expect. The asphalt mixer is lowered down off the back of the pickup truck, and the earth elemental comes out and sinks like a rock beneath the surface of the water, only into the soft, peaty dirt of the northern Blue Hills. You drive back to the party. It's still going on. All of you, Morgan, you get a phone call.
You got Morgan.
Morgan, it's Jolene Wormwood.
Jolene?
The reason why I called everyone first was because my first instinct was to call you. And I didn't want to just call Morgan whenever I had a problem, because that's what everybody in Boston does. And so I thought to myself, what if I call someone that's not Morgan? And then I ended up calling you anyway. And as expected, you brought the help, and you were the help, and now we're okay.
I'm sorry, where do I know you from? I'm just kidding, Jolene. It's fine. Thank you for being honest. You're the best.
Thistles is being treated by the ambulance right now, but she told me that you are her role model.
Oh.
We'll end it right there.
Oh.
Epilogue.
Upgrade?
Lansdowne Street.
Oh.
Day before the playoffs. A beautiful, well-maintained old car pulls up. Armistice Pierce shifts it into park. She produces from inside of the pocket of her tweed blazer a small wrapped piece of cloth, and she opens it up, and what is inside looks like an ant, if an ant was made out of quicksilver, maybe. And she leans over and she whispers to it, "Ex animo." And it takes off, skitters under the security gate into the main concourse, past the food stands, to the great big wooden door in the wall under the home field side bleachers. There is a lock. It crawls into it, and there it shall sleep.
We see in this point in time between when the elementals stopped attacking and when Mindy came back out, Zlobs is surrounded by all the children, all the young 7-year-old-ish scouts and campers. All right, kids. I just want to let you know what's cool and what's not cool. What's cool are explosive. What's not cool is bad explosive safety practices. Now, what you saw Zlobs do out there, Zlobs is the trained professional. Now, what's cool about it, Zlobs is wearing safety glasses the entire time, and safety glasses are cool. And also, if you're setting an explosive, you run away. Yes, child, you have a question.
Yeah, Professor Zlobs, when do we get to play with our own explosives?
Oh, come see me after class.